How's it going, everybody? Goldhat here and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be entry 14 of my Assassin's Creed Valhalla walkthrough guide, and in this entry we are going to be focusing on starting the arc Oxenford Shire. So picking up where we left off, we have completed the East Anglia arc and we have completed Taken for Granted back in Ravensthorpe, and now we are ready to start our next arc. So we are going to head back over to Ranvi and start that next arc.
Nice to see you.
I want to see the Alliance map.
So we are going to have a couple choices here, and we are just going to go over here to the left, and that is going to be Oxenford Shire.
What of Oxenford Shire? Sigurd told me he had business there.
Ah, yes. Sigurd is there now, in fact. He bids you go meet him as soon as you can. He has partnered with a rebellious Thane called Geadric, and hopes to install Geadric as Elderman in exchange for an oath. There is an alehouse at the center of Buckingham. Sigurd will meet you there.
I should join my brother then. Where is Buckingham?
Along the Great Ouse River that divides Oxenford Shire. Sigurd will be pleased to see you.
Now that we have started the Oxenford Shire arc, we will get the quest Brewing Rebellion. Now, the only requirements that I suggest that you use here is to get your charisma up to level 2 and upgrade your rations bags to have 2 rations in it. That will help a lot through this arc, and I just want to throw that in there. So the mark on our map for Brewing Rebellion is going to be in Buckingham. We're going to go ahead and travel there. I'm going to cut all that out so we don't have to watch that. Once we get into this city, we are going to have the notification there is armor in the city. We do not want to go for that first. We will come back in about 10 minutes and get that with no guards because they're all going to disappear. But first, we want to go talk to Sigurd, and we have to go meet him at the alehouse. The best way to do this is just to go along the riverside, just so none of the guards attract to us, and we can just go ahead and get into that alehouse.
Have a look, Sunan. An alehouse. This must be it. Sigurd's not here. I'll ask around. I'm looking for 2 men. Not locals. A Norse and an Arab.
The fellas the soldiers came after. If I were you, friend, I'd keep mum about them.
These soldiers always leave a bleeding mess.
Are you the alewife here?
You are not welcome here. I've had enough trouble with Danes today.
I'm not here to cause trouble. I'm looking for my brother, a large Norseman.
It was him what caused the ruckus. Him and that other one were here, talking to Thane Geadric. Then Lady Edwin's soldiers swept in. A fight broke out. Your brother and the tanned fella got away. The soldiers nabbed Geadric, though. I was sorry to see that. He's well liked in these parts.
Which way did my brother go?
What's it worth to you to find out?
I'm asking a simple question.
Look, Dane, you start a scene or a scuffle, and I'll scream for soldiers.
And just a quick point here, if you have your charisma up to level 2, you will not have to pay her, and you don't have to intimidate her. We can just use our charisma here.
If he was talking to my brother, it's because he wants what's best for this Shire. Maybe you're a woman who also wants Oxenford Shire to be free, and to decide its own fate. A woman who'll stand up for her village, who won't be crushed under the boot of oppression.
I hope I am.
Such a woman would help me find Geadric's friends.
You're right, you are. Your brother and his friend jumped through that window there and scampered off towards the river. It's a good bet they hid in one of them fish houses.
So we will have to meet with Sigurd right after this, and he is going to be about 2 houses to the south, and I'm going to show you that real quick, and then we are ready to go into that house.
survey the area soon. Smells like a fish house. Good spot to hide.
Wait! Stop!
Ahlan wa sahlan, Eivor.
We could have cut you to bloody giblets, Wolf-Kissed.
Why so unnerved, brother? It's not like you.
Half the soldiers of the Shire are hunting us. You must have noticed.
Is that why you haven't come home? You're playing hide and fetch with Mercian soldiers.
Your brother's a busy man, Eivor. Weighed down by pressing duties.
It's good to see you again, Basim. Even if you haven't kept my brother trained on the task at hand.
It's not my place to lead your brother about like a bridled mare.
Now there's an idea. Brother, we should be forging alliances. Send this man back to his warren before he leads you astray.
Eivor, gods above, I'm grateful you've joined us. We have made strides towards an alliance, in fact. A local thane called Geadric has pledged an oath to me.
I've heard of him. The alewife also mentioned a Lady Edwin who commands the soldiers. Why not ally with her?
Lady Edwin's husband was the Shire's elderman, until Gudrun's army ended his life. Now she's taken up her husband's fight, with the promise of aid from King Alfred of Wessex.
Edwin vows revenge on the Danes who stole her husband and her livelihood.
From what we know, Alfred is a fearsome king. If Edwin can win his full support, this Shire is lost to Wessex.
So to fight her, you've pledged your sword to a minor thane who likely commands a gang of farmers and fishermen.
Have faith, Eivor. A few hundred Saxons armed with hayforks and billhooks can be terrifying.
Gods.
All men and women, noble or peasant, have within them the seeds of something greater.
This is true. Sometimes greater than the average mind can fathom.
Well, Edwin has Geadric in shackles now. All your plotting has turned to ash.
Not if we act soon. She dragged her prisoners to the Longhouse. With you here, we can mount a surprise strike.
If Geadric is our best chance for an alliance, let's see it done.
Now we need to reach the Buckingham's longhouse, and I just like to go around the left side around the riverbed, and that way we don't get detected and we are ready to make our way through the back of the longhouse.
He has the look of one who trusts none but himself.
Basim is secretive by nature, but he is wise and forthright, and he has opened my eyes to a magnificent truth. He has promised me a reward so unusual, so incredible, it will shatter your mind to shards.
Brother, our bond has the iron heft of a war axe. Do not let Basim and his prophecies of good fortune sway you from our simple goal.
Never. Our goal is fixed. We shall soon be the lords of Mercia, then all of England. But Basim has a deep insight. He's read wisdom in the lines of my face and heard the litany of my forefathers, and, well, there will be time enough for my saga later.
Give me a hand!
Sigurd, kill this sweaty fishwife.
Stay your blades. This traitor Geadric will face trial, as will all the treasonous thanes of this shire.
You're the traitor, Edwin, calling on Alfred of Wessex begging for his army.
Clap your mead hole, Geadric, lapdog of the Danes.
You'll sell us out to Wessex, and that poxy-ass bastard Alfred. We won't have it.
Lady, there is no need for slaughter. We all want peace for Oxenford. Can we find some agreement?
You heathenish fork-tongued Dane. Foul-smelling heap, I shit on you all.
Lady, Choose your next words with care, for you see before you the future master of all England, Sigurd, of the Hungry Raven clan. Lay down your arms, free my friend here, and kiss my lordly feet. You will not get a second chance.
Sigurd, are you cracked?
And you can kiss my rosy red ass, wayface. I've done with this offal. I leave them to you. Flay them alive and tan their flesh for saddles.
Geadric! What have they done to you?
What kind of mess did you get yourself into?
Don't tie me! I can still fight these bastards! I'll keep the rock busy! That's enough! Hey! Kill you! Watch my lead! Not much longer, Troll! With me! Watch for my lead! Could use you! Get round the side! Put you on a pike! Damn it to hell! The Harpy escaped!
These soldiers are tight.
I was desperate to fight. You should have freed me.
Geadric, this is Eivor, my stone-armed sibling.
Well met.
That was your plan, Sigurd. To charm the lady with your vague hope of kingship.
Prophecy, Eivor, not hope.
No time to squabble. Edwin's taken most of the Shire's thanes. She has her way. They'll be dead by supper.
Tend your wounds, Geadric. We'll free your friends.
And what of the holy woman Fulke? You promised us a meeting with her.
I did, aye. But it's a fair mystery why you'd want to talk
Where
with...
is she?
Thane Holt will know. Fulke lives on his lands, but he'll be dead with the rest if you don't stop the trial.
Tell us where, and we'll go now. Their lives depend on the speed of your tongue.
Southwest of here, halfway to Oxenaforda, at the Leah Villa Garrison.
Basim, Eivor, to horse!
Next up in our objectives for Brewing Rebellion, we need to head over to the Villa Garrison, and this is the location on your map. I'm going to go ahead and fast travel real quick there and just cut out all that traveling. So in this area, we need to find and rescue these prisoners. I'm going to go ahead and start that. What I like to do is just start taking out all of the guards and then rescue the prisoners. And then once you get some of them out, a couple more guards will come out. You can fight them. And there is quite a bit of treasure here. I'm showing you right now on the map. Once I get those guards, I'm going to show you all the treasure locations. And there is a key in this building, and I'm going to go ahead and show you that once we get to that, and I will talk to you right after I take out all these guards.
Best not to draw attention here. They're about to execute the prisoners.
and his father's father all fought for Mercia. I have fought for Mercia. Now you would shackle us to the whoremonger of Wessex? This trial is a scam, and you are an ass. Disgraceful death. I am but a poor farmer. My crops have seen this shire through bad times. You yourself, Judge, borrowed 3 bales. Enough! A disgraceful death awaits. Stay on your guard.
These are stalwart Danes. What have they done wrong?
This shack trial.
Who will Edwin come after next?
Damned if I believe these men are guilty of anything.
Suffer!
Get behind if you can.
Come, brothers. Let's...
Hey, now!
I'll ring the bell!
Friend, get me out of here before they have my head.
Feel my breath on your neck! Try to flank!
Let's beat the cage open, would you?
Slip the door. I'll ring the bell. You can't go, sir! Coward!
Get me out of here.
Together, lad!
Edwin will have me flayed alive.
I'll ring the bell. Oh, suffer for that!
Friend, get me out of here before they have my head.
Geadric sent me to find you. Let's go now.
Put the shit in, Edwin! You damn coward!
Remain steadfast.
Down with Lady Edwin!
Fight for Geadric!
We bring Christ's mercy! Give up, you shit!
For God and Mercia!
For Oxenfordshire!
We keep our wits about us.
Down with Edwin!
So once we are in the biggest building of this area, we can actually climb up that wall right there, and there's going to be some treasure on the other side. I'm going to do that real quick. Next up is going to be the armor in this area. We have a wall to break, and if you are looking for one of those gas canisters, there is a building behind this one, and you can just climb up through the window up in the roof, and that way you can get one of those and bring it back out here and throw it at that wall to break. I'm going to go ahead and use the exploding arrow ability, and that way we can get in here and we will get our torso. Next up is going to be the key location, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up this key and go to that locked door. So once we open this lock and go through this door, we will have a new ability. It will be right here, and there will also be another locked door to our left. If we just run back outside and go behind that door, we can look through the window and shoot the lock with an arrow, which I'm going to do now, and then that way we can go back in that room and just open that door.
You're going down!
Down with Lady Edwin!
After grabbing all the loot in this area, we are ready to escort the Thagans to safety, which is going to be along the riverside. I'm going to go ahead and knock that out now.
All safely over there. We fought with our Weasley Ultima for years. Now his widow wants to lop off our heads. Bless you all. Thanks to you, I live to pay Lady Edwin back in blood. I am Thane Holt. Does Geadric live?
He's safe in Buckingham.
Good, Thane. We are at your side in this fight, to keep this land in the hands of those who love Mercia, be they Saxon or Dane.
God in heaven knows I'd sooner see a Dane married to my daughter than sell a man of Wessex one of my pigs. If Geadric is behind you, then I am too.
We're told you know of a holy woman, Fulke. Where is she now?
Can we not fixate on this cipher, Fulke? Edwin is our focus.
Fulke holds a secret that may turn the tide of this fight. Without her, I cannot achieve my full purpose here.
The madwoman Fulke?
If you want my backing, brother, you'll explain yourself. How is a mad woman central to your plans?
When we find her, I will tell you all you wish to know. Until then, nothing.
Understand this. Fulke is a heretic, a sower of poisoned knowledge, and an enemy of the Church. She claims to have seen or spoken with God himself. And for this, Lady Edwin had her imprisoned, I know not where.
At a monastery, I suppose. We should make inquiries.
Sigurd, do we not owe Geadric some word of what has happened here?
You can speak with him in my stead, but we must hurry. Fulke's life may be in danger.
We risk losing all the gains we've made here for the sake of this woman.
Trust me, Eivor. Fulke is of great importance. You'll soon understand.
I hope I will.
We have a camp to the east, at Linforta. An old harbor on the Great Ouse. Meet us there.
The Thanes that died here were honorable and just. By my faith, I'll raise a feared of able men and take revenge on Edwin. Bring this news to Geadric, and tell him we'll be ready when he calls.
Every man will be needed.
Next up in Brewing Rebellion, our next objective is going to be report back to Geadric. What we can do is just fast travel back there, and now once we get there, there will be no guards. This way, we can go ahead and get that other set of armor, and we will have a key to get into the church. I'm going to go ahead and show you that location now. It's going to be right in front of the door by a well, and it will be right over here on the right.
Tabes and Feli sono tumuit armis venit pluviali. Vel focibis auida mors neble.
So once we come through this door, there will be a ladder on the left that we can shoot down, and on the right there will be this door. We're just going to go ahead and come in here, and there is a treasure chest that we can open up. Then we will go back and shoot open that ladder, and then we can climb up, and in that chest for the armor will be a set of bracers. Now we are ready to go to Geadric, and we are just going to talk to him, and we will have a cutscene.
She's well supplied, that's for certain. Well done. Oil jars, spring-oiled arrows, fodder and the like. Take what's useful and burn the rest.
Geadric,
Eivor, do the Thanes live?
in spite of our efforts, some were killed.
Damn good men, all of them. I swear I'll gut Edwin to honor those we lost. And you, and your brother, are you still with me?
I like your bluntness, Geadric. My axe is yours. My brother's too.
Edwin's plopped her haunches down in her castle now. She has men and supplies coming. Curse her eyes. Where is your brother and the odd fellow?
They continue their search for the woman Fulke. He seems to think she will help us chase Edwin to an early grave. But I do not understand how.
You do what you must, Eivor. I'll ready what men I've got for the coming fight. I'll move towards Kinnabella Castle and bring up the Feared for an assault. Edwin's fortress is strong and sure.
Is there anything I can do to weaken her grip on the Shire? Or make her anxious?
Ah, there's a notion. You could chip away at her flag bearers if you see them, and defend my Feared if any are in strife. We stole some of her supplies here. If you find any other stores like this, destroy them.
That I can do.
When you're ready for war, you'll find me at a camp near Kinnabella Castle.
So right after that cutscene with Geadric, we have now gotten 2 new missions. The first one is going to be chipping away, and this one is one we can just put to the side. We need to weaken the hold on Oxenfordshire, and we can just put that to the side. We will be accumulating that over the arc, so we don't have to worry about it. What we will be starting is the pilgrimage, and we need to find where SCREED is. I'm going to go ahead and show you that location on the map now. We will not have a map marker for this one, so I'm going to go ahead and give it to you, and then once I get there, I will show you the exact location on the map. And that will be right here. Once we arrive, we are going to talk to SCREED, and we are going to have a little cutscene, and we are ready to start the pilgrimage.
And here's Eivor.
Ah, you timed things well. The holy woman Fulke is close by.
Imprisoned at St. Albanes Monastery, just around the bend.
This is our moment, Eivor. After this, everything changes.
I might be pleased for you if I knew who this woman was and why we needed her.
I have explained enough. Now is the time for action.
You've done nothing of the sort. Nothing but give me your blind word.
I wish to speak to her. Me, your Jarl. That alone is reason enough.
Why? So she might cast a spell and turn Edwin into an eel.
Fulke is not the only advantage we seek here, Eivor. There will be treasures in St. Albanes. More than we can count.
You can steal all the silver and gold you want, but if there are no more farmers in the field to hire, it's useless metal.
Men from all across Mercia will heed the call to fight a woman pledged to Wessex.
Eivor, there was a time when you would follow me without question, because we trusted one another, because you knew I would never lead you into folly, never wager our lives before I knew the cost. Is there something that holds you back from embracing me as you once did? As your brother? Your family?
Sigurd, you know I would never betray your trust in me. I'll fight with you. But there must be limits to this chase. Geadric is counting on us.
Of course he is. And soon we will deliver. Come. St. Albanes will not disappoint. It is famous.
Next up for the pilgrimage, our objective is going to be find and rescue Fulke. We're going to go ahead and cross this river and ride our horse the rest of the way up. Once we arrive at St. Albans, we need to start a raid, and that is how we're going to get all our men up there and fight all those guards. And then there is going to be quite a bit of loot, which I will be walking through all those locations.
All the better for us. She's clearly someone who knows her own mind.
On with you.
Now that we have made it to St. Albans, we want to start at the beginning of this fort. We don't want to start in the middle or the back because the raid isn't going to work correctly, but we are going to start the raid. It might take 2 or 3 calls, but our men will finally get here, and we are going to take out all the guards, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you all the locations for the loot. Now that we have taken out most of the guards, we are ready to work on the loot, and there are smaller chests in this area. They are going to be highlighted in gold, and there will be the smaller golden circles on the map. I'm going to go ahead and cover those too. They're usually going to be in these types of buildings with a weak spot in the wall. What you want to do is find that weak spot, and you want to bash through that with your weapon or shoot through it with an arrow, and that way you can just jump through the wall, and I'm going to start covering those now. Next up, if we come out of this building and go over here to the right, we will have a little bit bigger of a building, and we will have to move some junk out of the way, and we will find another chest.
My eyes.
Now for the second part of St. Albanes, there are going to be more guards here. I'm going to go ahead and take them out, but most of the supplies in this area are going to be in this second part. I'm going to go ahead and take these guards out, and then we will cover those areas.
Pressure here!
Give me a hand with this! Give me a hand over here!
Good plunder here!
Thanks! Help me out here!
pressure here!
Hey! Come here a moment!
Now we are ready to rescue Fulke, and the way to do this is we want to break a window of this church. I like to just use this top one up here, and that way we can just climb up there and get a little bit of an advantage on those guys. The best way to do this is get in here, do as much damage as you can from above, drop down, unlock the door, and get out of there, because those guys are going to deal quite a bit of damage, and we really want our raid men to start hitting them.
Thanks, you're dead!
Next up, we will have our last area of supplies, and it will be right behind this door. I'm going to go ahead and use that exploding arrow ability, and now we are ready to grab that last little bit, and we will go rescue Fulke.
Give me a hand!
Like Holy Judas, I thank you, beloved.
Who dares enter this sanctuary?
This stony cave reeks of piss and salty tears.
How dare you?
We've come for the woman Fulke. She need not bedevil you any longer.
Oh, the mad heretic!
Ah, the self-begotten spirit has sent an angel to deliver me.
Open the door.
Her heresies must be punished.
And this will be the second area of this entry where the charisma level 2 will come in hand, and that is why I suggest having charisma level 2 for Oxenfordshire, because that comes in handy a lot.
Martyrs that you wish to die as well.
You make a fine point. Let me pray on this. The Lord bids me to welcome all strangers. Here, friend, take the key, and depart with your strange friend.
Come, bloodbag!
Praise thee, Lord of the Treasury of Light, for this chance of deliverance. Are you sent by the angels of Sackless, or the self-begotten one above?
That I cannot answer.
You are the woman called Fulke.
I am Fulke in this realm, a humble seeker of the self-begotten one's true nature.
And you are a collector of artifacts?
The instruments of the children of Sackless the Fool. Yes, I am. I have many such curiosities.
And you possess an object? A polished stone with unusual markings?
Now, you're a curious one. A cowl and robes hiding tawny skin, and that devilish blade.
Why do we linger here? Soldiers will be coming.
There are stables beyond the monastery where we can speak in peace.
Next up in our objectives for pilgrimage, we will follow Fulke out of this area and we will have a cutscene, and I will talk to you right after that.
How long were you imprisoned?
Some weeks, perhaps a month.
For your so-called heresies?
Heresies, yes. I have been blessed to discover many profane objects in my lifetime.
Eivor, stay close.
Enough of these mysteries, Sigurd.
Fulke is a curator of objects of great worth, one of which may reveal my true nature.
True nature? You said this was about victory, about defeating Edwin.
To know that I am descended from the ancient gods is a victory. It will give me dominion over this land.
Descended of the gods. Brother, what by Odin's eye are you saying?
Fulke, we have heard that you possess a profane stone with strange markings and the image of a tree.
That I do. A monolith I call the Saga Stone, for it came to this land with the Dane Ragnar Lothbrok.
Do you have it?
It is the sun and moon of all my sacred objects.
Will you buy and trade this stone for an alliance? Or more fighting men? Is it useful for anything other than flattering yourself?
Perhaps I should leave you three alone to hammer through your differences.
We are unified. We only wish to see the stone, to read the runes inscribed upon it.
No one on Earth can read those runes. The languages are known and probably long dead.
There is no risk in letting us look.
No risk at all. Praise thee, O self-begotten one, for sending these three to deliver me from my punishment.
No whispering gods let me hear, Fulke. I brought myself.
You came because I called you, Eivor. They spoke through me.
Brother, you have my head spinning.
And you fascinate me more with each passing moment. The Saga Stone is hidden away in the care of my acolyte. Are you ready to go see it?
The sooner we see this slab of rock, the better. Let's go.
Approach the stone with an open mind, Ava. You may find it more interesting than you expect.
So now we have completed Brewing Rebellion. We have just now completed the pilgrimage, and now we will get a new quest, and that is going to be Blood from a Stone. So that will wrap up entry 14. As always, I hope this walkthrough guide has been super helpful. If it has been, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If you have any questions at any time, feel free to drop a comment down below, or you can hit me up personally on my Instagram. The link is in the description box, and I will see you guys next time. Gold Hat, signing off.